over the course of this game. No guarantees, though, because I'm going to be pretty distracted because the game's pretty intense. Here we go.
Low levels of water found. High levels of
All
water
right, found some water. That's not really what we're after.
Low levels of silicon
Silicon.
found.
There's going to be more silicon this way. I don't really know why I'm exploring it. Maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be iron
High
in the
levels
patches of
silicon found.
sand down here. It happens occasionally. What do we got here in this dry ice?
High levels of aluminum.
Aluminum. Well, that's kind of usable. See, but like as scientific, I could maybe actually use this territory that I've already located and do something with it without having to go ahead and hunt down that iron to make sure that I've got it at the start of this game. Gonna hunt over this way now. Come on.
Low levels of carbon.
This is just one of those maps, though, that's being kind of difficult. Most of it, or some of it, non-viable. We've got like a little smattering of dry ice. That's kind of usable. Nothing there. Huge patches of just nothing. Oh, man, that's crazy. Well, we'll find actual iron one of these years. I promise. Where's the... Okay, a little bit of carbon that's kind of usable. Whoa, what do we have here? Just a ton of water. All right. Kind of usable. Just a ton of water.
High levels of carbon.
More
found.
carbon. All right. I think we just need to go on that right now. Like...
Upward worse. Don't worry, we'll have this
Robotic colony found
in no
it.
time.
Man, I really hope that guy didn't want the stuff I took, because that's not going to go well for him. With any luck, I can take... Yeah, it looks like he did, but he still has other stuff nearby, so he'll be okay. I can get that aluminum grabbed up fairly quickly, which is exactly what I want to do.
High levels of iron found.
Herbert's apparently having a bad time. Not much to say about that. It's unfortunate for him, I suppose. Now the question is, see, the thing is, he's almost certainly going to take this one. Well, I guess he would actually want to take this one, so that might leave adjacency bonuses for me in the future. And be alright. Alright, we just need to upgrade basically immediately. Maybe we can manage to push to an extra claim, but black market doesn't open for another 44 seconds. He's actually going to take this one and cut us both off from adjacency bonuses. That's really a questionable decision on his part, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and upgrade. I'm going to take this and this. Not both. We'll just take one from him. Okay. Gonna take Asimov with an actual start. Oh, Asimov did locate the only iron on the map. He might be okay. Well, what do you know? Let's go ahead and grab that silicon up if we can. The aluminum's fine. This guy's actually going to take this aluminum. I can't believe Herbert took this aluminum, though. That's just kind of annoying at best. Claim auction's pretty valuable. See what we can do about that. Oh, wow. All this carbon that we're fighting over. This is nuts. Maybe I should just... No, I really shouldn't take any more carbon, but I might need to defend my carbon. People might get jealous and decide to nuke it out. Or just sell. I mean, you want to tank the price on that? We can tank the price on that just fine. Other people have already purchased a claim, so that's pushed it kind of expensive for us. I don't know if we can actually press to it.
Robotic colony.
24,000. Do we go for the 28, though? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this will be okay. Which means I think we might want to throw down some power fairly soon.
Black market is online.
Black market's online. I can't really do anything with it, except maybe go ahead and grab a goon squad to protect my carbon, because I talked about that maybe being an issue in the future. Aluminum has started finally coming in. The other option was to potentially do something like grab a mutiny and just go on the metal mine, so I could make sure to have plenty of aluminum stored up and maybe be okay in that front. But that's not what I decided to go with. Alright. Let's go ahead and get some power down. We can actually put some here if we really wanted to, and move it into other stuff later. Could also just go for solar panels instead, which is another completely viable option right now. We just don't have the silicon immediately, is the thing. We'd have to like sell off carbon, and carbon ends up super cheap. It's just kind of awkward and weird, is what it is. I think we have better access to carbon. I think it's better to go ahead and spend it. Maybe. I don't know, guys. This is such a weird map. I don't know how to play it out. I think I'm just going to go with the solar panels. And move them around later more easily, so. I know, I'm being super indecisive. Get over it. Let's see. Sell a bunch of carbon. Grab what glass we can, since everybody has carbon coming in already. Sell some silicon for glass. We just need 40 glass, that's all. 40 glass. That's all I want. Nope. There we go. Buy back the aluminum. In the hopes that everybody kind of needs aluminum right now. Although, we do have a lot of aluminum production for our robotic player, so I'm going to have to watch that price very carefully, as all of these people do finally have aluminum production established. But I'm kind of hoping to just push once again for a fairly rapid upgrade. So we'll see what happens. Can maybe sell down some silicon. I don't think we can quite make the push for that extra claim that we would really like in a lot of ways. Still a very long ways off. We could go ahead and go for an upgrade. Afterward, we're thinking about maybe throwing down glass furnaces, maybe reactors. Reactors are looking really, really good this game, actually. So we'll want to get to reactors fairly quickly. So let's upgrade and just head into those immediately. We already have a little power production. At this point, that extra claim is looking real nice if we can manage to get to it. Not going to worry too much about prices in the short term, as long as it lets us push to this new claim while it's still at 4,500. I'm totally fine with it. So Pirates is pretty good because aluminum's pretty good. Another option is to just grab this mutiny and go for it. Herbert does have the cash on hand to kind of fight back though, so we would need to wait for him to upgrade first and then do it, just so that maybe he wouldn't have the money available immediately to fight back.
14.
Another option is to just grab up a goon squad and protect our important electrolysis. 16,000, I'm tempted to just go ahead and let it go, even though it will probably affect our aluminum. Because that's just what's really nice on the map right now. Alright, where are they? No, they're actually going to steal... Oh, well, they're going to try and take the robotic players' steal? Yeah, that's what they're going for, is this robotic player's steal. That's interesting. Makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. Alright, grab up that claim. Get down a little extra power. Now we have 2 valuable resources to hit, so maybe we don't need to worry about the goon squad so much. And we can just focus on collecting these claims. We can see this guy's actually already in electrolysis as well. Before he expanded, it looks like. Not a bad decision on his part. Oh, and he has a lot of aluminum coming in. Shoot. He's actually went ahead and grabbed up 2 tiles. Power surge on our electrolysis. Yep. We knew that kind of thing was coming eventually. We're just kind of hoping not so soon.
Market is online.
Well, we have a couple options here, but I think I'm actually going to grab a new claim. Underground nuke. On what? Alright, this is already starting. Where's the underground nuke? Is it on our water? Yeah, it's on our water. Go figure. Well, we tried. This guy's actually going to kill reactors pretty fast at that rate. We might need to be able to switch into something else. Thankfully, silicon is coming up fairly quickly as everybody puts down solar panels. And our solar panels are still being very effective right now at paying off our debt. With any luck, we'll be able to actually make some money off of those before power is gone into its usual worthlessness. Okay. Carbon's nice and expensive, which is good. Exactly where we want it. Aluminum's kind of on its way down. Glass, on the other hand, is maintaining its kind of price close to $100, so that's kind of actually okay for us. We do need 60 to expand. And obviously, our robotic player is completely ignoring the price of glass because, well, that's what robots do. But now we're making money on power. It's exactly the kind of situation we want to be in. This guy, the electrolysis, is actually doing very nicely for him at the moment. But I'm not sure I want to... Maybe I do want to shut it down. I'm considering a move into food if I can pull it off. Sell off some carbon, a fair amount of carbon, actually. Make sure we've got plenty of glass bought up for everything we're going to need it for. Now we can afford to upgrade despite the current aluminum price.
Not a problem.
Let's go ahead and do that.
In a jiffy. I just need to locate
and just get into a good amount of food production, I think. We'll even just put it right over here. Grab up a goon squad to protect it. There we are. Hopefully that'll leave us kind of okay. We might need to move this electrolysis around, and what I'm thinking is maybe we'll manage to push to a new claim, get down a little more silicon production, possibly, and then move into good glass production, because that should be kind of valuable at the moment. Glass, it's not great, but it's okay. Food, I think, is clearly the best, and we might need a little extra water as well. Probably should have taken this water tile, because it was actually an amazing water tile that I just skipped out on because this one was close. And then I went and got nuked, so, you know, that's just life. But carbon's actually doing quite well at the moment. I could even mutiny this carbon away and maybe make a decent profit off of it. Is there any other carbon on the map? There's a small one there. Just a little bit there. Okay, interesting. So there is some carbon on the map, but not a whole lot.
14.
This is a lot to push for pirates, especially because I am technically making money on my power right now, so it's actually my single most valuable resource currently is my power. So I really don't want too much debt at the moment. I think I'd rather have a nice large sum of money that nobody else has right now. Okay, the electrolysis, once again, not so hot. Yeah, we might want to move this into glass fairly soon. But this guy's already got glass production up. It's very good production, though. We do have an option of just, you know, damaging it and then moving into our own glass instead of this electrolysis, which I think I kind of like. Yeah, his electrolysis is not doing well for him. We caught a dirty rat. Yup, we knew that was coming at some point. Tell you what we're going to do with that. Who nuked us? Bradbury nuked us. Bradbury. Unfortunately for you, I'm a bit of a vindictive person. So, we're not going to make the smart move. We're going to just nuke whatever you have. Like that. Get out of here, please. Mutiny on our glass furnace. That's actually kind of okay. I'm not too worried about it. Surplus on water also is acceptable and usable. Where are the pirates? They're trying to intercept. What are they trying to intercept? I have no idea what those pirates are targeting. Oh, that's very clever. That's very interesting. Interesting decision. Tell you what, we're just going to turn those off for the moment. Actually, I think none of them are sending anytime soon, so we're going to be okay. We can leave them turned on. I'm going to take this back. You get out of here with your pirates, jerk. I don't want any of your nonsense. That was very clever, though. Unfortunately, we do get underground nuked eventually because of this. Everybody, we're all just killing each other in the corner here. And Asimov is going to run away with the game. That was a very interesting play, though. Might not have been a good play, but man, was it interesting to me. Alright, tell you what, we're going to get out of these and just move into more food for all I care right now. Alright, selling the aluminum was not a good call. Let's buy that back up. The food is still just fine. We could start just buying into Herbert with his ridiculously low stock price and nothing that's worth anything for production. It's very tempting indeed. The silicon is making us good money right now because of all the people that tried to make glass. It'd take us 95,000 to actually get a buy on Herbert. We don't have that yet, but he's not doing so hot in terms of his 115,000 debt. And his territory is looking kind of nice. I should have delayed it. Now he has a chance to think and respond. I always got to check that time. I got to remember to check that time. Thankfully, everybody's kind of concerned about stocks, and I just got away with 4,000 pirates, aka highway robbery. So, tell you what we're going to do is just maybe... Oh, there's a lot of silicon production going down? Alright, well, we'll wait for that. Sure, why not? Yep, nice little EMP on us. Hit our mutinied tile. That was a good call because he knew it probably wasn't defended. But our income is still really nice based off of our silicon and everything else. So, alright, Herbert's got some silicon established. We still kind of want to steal from him, even though we're planning to get that buy with any luck. This is more or less what we want to do nonetheless. There, it's coming in.
Pirates. I hate those filthy bandits.
Well, now those are ours anyway. Interesting how they just disappear from the map, despite being midair. That was kind of odd. I wasn't prepared for that one. I had never noticed that before. Game Slayer's out. We have a really solid stock price. Asimov is sitting on 15,000. Bradbury's sitting on about 20,000. Neither of them are particular threats at the moment. We have a ridiculous amount of silicon production, which should be quite good. A lot of electrolysis reactors down. They're making us a ton of money, quite frankly. We can even scrap out of this glass furnace, just move into a little bit of water, which will be a little bit more valuable. Go ahead and maybe push for an upgrade momentarily. We've got good carbon production established for ourselves because of all those adjacency bonuses. We have good aluminum production established because of all those adjacency bonuses. Everything's just looking kind of nice right now, actually. Maybe we push for an upgrade. Maybe we just get more nukes out. I could also just try and buy up Bradbury, but that's kind of dangerous, I think. On the other hand, Asimov is choosing to defend himself instead of getting aggressive. So maybe this is still the right call, while I have the strong production that I do have. Surplus on iron isn't really good. That'll help out his steel production, kind of-ish. Maybe not that big of a deal. Another thing to note is that electronics are looking quite nice right now. And I might want to get an upgrade down so I can expand into them before long. Especially because I don't quite have the cash I need to actually finish out the game yet. So an upgrade might be necessary. 14,000 is what I would require for it. Not really that bad. It's doable. I think we can get it done. Oh, come on. Work with me here.
Well, all these new people. I don't know everybody's name yet.
The electrolysis is starting to look kind of
They called
iffy.
the
Still
dirty
all
rat
right.
trying to
But we
break
need more
our stuff.
water. So, whoa, we are consuming a massive amount of water, actually. That's pretty insane. Let's just get more water production down where we can. Add on a couple glass furnaces.
A new claim is available.
And what do I want to do here? The water's still making money, just not near so much as we might like. So maybe we just convert some of it into electronics production, which should be significantly more valuable, even with the price of carbon where it's at right now. Yeah. Get out of this. Can't actually put down electronics right now because carbon is so iffy. Let's go ahead and what? What is this turning into? Chem labs. That's actually not a bad idea. Chem labs. Could do chem labs instead of electronics, but I think electronics are still a bit more valuable right now than chem labs are. Tell you what we'll do though. That didn't work out so well. Solar flares, more or less okay. The farms aren't really doing too much for me. Thankfully the water is. The electrolysis needs to get turned off by now. Let's finally start getting these down, expensive as they are. Sensible. My glass production is fairly strong since I have way too much silicon coming in. I can actually convert some of that over to water as well fairly easily, but water is on the way down. Somebody was just supporting that water price. Quite a lot is what was going on there, I think. You know, I love this guy's carbon production. I would also love an engineering lab and a variety of other things, but I'm getting a bit too caught up in all the other details of this game right now to get to any of them. Alright. Go electronics factories, I believe. Let's see, decent money on those, decent money on the farms. The electrolysis should definitely turn back on. Glass will be making good money when it's online. We're just basically waiting for the money to come in at this point. I think we're fairly well set up. We have the engineering lab coming online. That should be quite helpful. As long as we don't just get ourselves killed, we can push to that 57,000 and then just focus everything else on defending ourselves and pushing into the late game against this robotic player. Let's go ahead and check Offworlds. Yeah, fuel's amazing, so we might want to try and push to an Offworld if at all possible. Unfortunately, with carbon where it's at right now, that's going to be very difficult to attain. However, we do have enough to just Control-Shift down, buy out Bradbury, aka Sharkbait, and focus all the rest of our energy on shutting down this robotic player. Now that we have quite a bit of carbon production secured, hopefully we'll be able to make that move to an Offworld if we need to. If not...
Your stock is being bought.
Okay, yeah, he's going to start buying our stock. That's totally understandable. He does not have enough money to actually do anything interesting with it.
Rat trying to break our
Curiously
stuff.
enough. Alright, let's just start buying into his stock. EMP down his things, because we totally caught him trying to EMP down our things, the jerk. We have another engineering lab. Let's upgrade carbon production again. Then we'll queue up a couple electronics upgrades. And then we'll need to think about getting into chem labs very, very soon instead of something. Or maybe upgrading into them. Maybe instead of some of these. Like some of these could turn into chem labs fairly effectively. Since we already have a lot of fuel production going on, I don't need that much fuel production. These are weird solar panels. We could actually turn some of our solar panels into chem labs. Possibly. Yeah, nanotech's crazy good. Why wouldn't I take that? Nanotech's insane. Like, actually insanely good. I could also just put chem labs down here. This is all just very awkward down here, quite frankly. I'm not entirely sure what to do with it. Awkward on the verge of bad, in fact. I could go for something like slant drilling, just to make some use of it, but I don't know if that's particularly viable. Glass is coming online, which is nice. Can't really get to an extra claim. I'd have to upgrade. Upgrades are real expensive right now. Go figure. 32,000 in debt. Totally reasonable for nanotech, in my opinion. What can we do? We can keep buying some of his stock if I want to. We can actually go ahead and upgrade, which might be the right call. We'll upgrade. Yes, that drives carbon through the roof, but thankfully we have a lot of carbon production. We're upgrading carbon production. Hopefully it'll be all right. Also, that hurts his primary source of production, his electronics, unless he actually has carbon scrubbing already, which he does. Okay, so that's interesting. Means we don't have to worry about tanking the price on carbon, and we can go ahead and do it just fine. Get rid of this glass furnace. Go into a few chem labs here. He is still securing his own stock, which is good. We'll just keep buying him up, which increases our own stock price and gets us closer to winning the game very easily. Man, selling carbon's potentially going to make us rich this game. All right. Engineering labs. What happened? We got power surge, shutting down most of our electronics production, but the engineering labs are still functional. We just need the cash to use them. So let's upgrade some chem production a couple of times since we're driving up the prices of chems quite effectively. We have 3 more claims to use. We could throw down a little extra food. That should be okay. Don't think we need to secure any more carbon production, if there even is any remaining on the map. Let's go ahead and hit what's good for him. His iron's actually kind of good. We could just do one of these. Shut down some of his power and his iron and a lot of steel production, which the steel isn't so good because obviously he's actually making money on steel. But the iron is actually a fantastic source of income for him right now, so it's really nice to go ahead and shut those down. Let's see, he's sitting on 28,000. He can almost buy a share in our stock. We probably want to go ahead and secure as much of that as we can, because we don't want to just let him buy us out for no reason whatsoever. It would also be lovely to push for an off-world market, though. Before everything goes too incredibly nuts, an off-world market would be pretty fantastic. Let's see, if I'm going to go ahead and make that push. I don't think he's making a lot of money right now. I don't know exactly how much we have to defend ourselves, but I'm not overly concerned about it. These glass furnaces probably need to go away momentarily. How's everything else doing? The food's good. The electronics are good. Obviously, we do have enough for an off-world market. Let's go ahead and get that established. Goon squad it right away. That way it's just safe and secure. We're going to be sending fuel because that was incredible. Now let's just keep securing our own stock, to make sure we don't throw away this game for any particular reason whatsoever. Okay, upgrade fuel production, because we're going to need a lot of it. A lot of it. Dynamite hit on an engineering lab. That's okay. We have another one. Upgrade fuel production again.
Up for auction. Bidding will begin now.
Energy vault's all right. Not a big deal.
8,000. 9.
Man, I should have looked at chat like a year ago. 9,000 for energy vault. Totally acceptable in my opinion. Now I'll stop accumulating so much debt at night, and maybe we'll be okay. Should be okay.
The black market is online.
Yeah, turn the glass back on since silicon's $1. We really don't need all of this silicon coming in. We can switch some of it over to water and be good. Surplus on carbon, not really what we're after, but at least our electronics production we have down, so it'll just be strong. I don't have to worry about it too much with any luck. There's a hacker array going on over here, which I could try and start trying to blow up and then mutiny. I guess we'll get to it, sure, why not?
Just disappointed in you.
Mutiny on our other engineering lab. All right, that's interesting. He wants an engineering lab, but he doesn't have the tiles for it, so... I hate my pirates right down there. They're so useless. All right, Chems, are you still making money? Yeah, you're still making plenty of money. We've almost upgraded fuel production, but we haven't quite pulled it off. Keep buying up our stock. We could upgrade. Not so worried about it. Yeah, let's do it anyway. It's fairly cheap right now to upgrade.
We'll have this done in
Like aluminum, carbon, and glass are all relatively cheap, so that's totally fine. That is a lot of black market headed our way fairly quickly. I guess he had some of it stored up. Let's go ahead and initially get a goon squad to defend. We have 6 more claims to use fairly soon. Make sure we keep sending fuel. Should be just fine. I think we've got it about wrapped up, as long as we don't make too many mistakes, honestly, guys. I don't know what he can do to really come back into it effectively. He can try, but we're in a great spot with a lot of very strong production, so I'm honestly not all that concerned. Especially because he just can't secure any of our stock because it's so expensive. We might not have even needed to defend ourselves by buying up our stock first. You do have a little water coming in, so I'll tell you what. How about I do one of these? Yep, that's fine. Keep you from doing anything too clever. Water shortage hurts what? I mean, we still have just so much production from all of these that the water shortage, after we've sold out of it, hopefully we'll still be alright. We can just turn off food for now, and it's not that big a deal. Keep buying up some of our own stock. Now we're just waiting to end the game. Just being hyper cautious about the way we do it is all. Maybe get down one more off-world market. Hopefully that won't be too much of a commitment. Hacker array got blown up. That's all good. Ken's still kind of maybe making some money-ish. Yeah, not so good because fuel's expensive, but we knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. We didn't commit to the chems too much. And I think we've got it just about wrapped up here. We can turn water back on. He sold out of his water supplies that I imagine he was hacking and all that other nonsense, so that's all good. Get a nice little power surge down on some of these electronics. I wish there were hotkeys for this.
The black market is online.
Just throwing it out there. Wish there were hotkeys for black market. I don't think there are. Usually I don't have enough time to think about that sort of thing while I'm actually in game, but right now I can, and so that's all I have to say about it. I wish there were hotkeys. What happens if I sell down? I have enough money. That's going to do it. GG. No, it's quite possible that I could have ended the game faster. It's quite possible I could have ended the game faster, but I was just securing it, being 100% safe. There was no reason to throw the game away just on a gamble of any sort whatsoever. When you've got the whole game locked up, you may as well take that safe path you already had planned for. I know, hotkeys for black market could just be 1 through, is it 6? It's 7, isn't it, for black market? 1 through 7 is what it would have to be. We've got 7 black market effects, right? Claim, EMP, Power Surge, Nuke, Dynamite, Mutiny, Goon Squad. Yeah, that's 7. Okay. We can take a look at that game. Basically what happened, though, was Gameslayer died to debt, and I was the one that killed him, because we got off to a fairly strong start by getting the good source of carbon on the map, making decent use of it, caught an underground nuke, nuked out other people's carbon. That ensured that we were kind of making money off of our carbon fairly early in the game. We got into the strong production of food better than anybody else did, right? Because food's just too good. I mean, food's not too good, but food's really, really good these days. I'm worried next patch food's going to be too good, but we'll worry about that another time. I'm not entirely sure about that yet, so I won't make those absolute declarations. And the other thing was that we got very heavily into power very effectively on the back of our basic silicon coming in. So all that put together, we just got off to a strong early lead, and the game was basically over as soon as we purchased Gameslayer because nobody else was in a position to get a purchase on each other. So it was just a 2v1v1 effectively, and we had it locked up from then on. All right, let's get to the next game.